alone, got the keys switched and told the manager effective immediately we're going in a new direction. When Kirk finally got inside after threatening to call the cops, the confrontation was epic. Cameras weren't rolling, but people inside said it felt like a scene straight from the show. Kirk stormed in, pointing fingers. Rasheeda, what kind of snake move is this? You think you can just take my spot? Rasheeda stood up, crossed her arms and hit him with, baby, this ain't yours alone, we built this together, but you keep forgetting the together part every time you step out on me. Kirk fired back, you always play the victim card, but I put the work in here, I designed the menu, I hired the chefs, I promoted it on my page. Rasheeda laughed coldly, oh, you promoted it, all right, promoted your drama right along with it. Fans don't come here for the food, they come to see if you'll show up with another woman on your arm. The staff froze, nobody knew where to look, emotions were running so high one server started crying in the back because she loved working for both of them. Kirk tried to appeal to her softer side, remember when we dreamed about this place together, our legacy for the kids. Rasheeda softened for a second but then hardened again, legacy my ass, you almost tanked it with your bad decisions, now I'm saving it. She revealed she already had plans to expand, add a rooftop lounge, partner with local artists for events, turn it into a full entertainment hub under the Rasheeda Boss brand. Kirk was stunned, you can't rebrand my bistro. Rasheeda shot back, our bistro, and watch me. He stormed out, slamming the door so hard a picture frame fell off the wall. Outside, paparazzi were waiting because word spreads fast in Atlanta. He hopped in his car, peeled off, but not before yelling to the cameras, this ain't over, Rasheeda, you hear me, this ain't over. Fans watching the clips online went wild, some saying Rasheeda's a queen for taking control, others saying she's heartless, kicking him when he's down. Carly Red posted a cryptic story, shade implied, saying some people forget who held them down when things were tough. Mimi Faust jumped in the comments, girl power, but at what cost, family? Even their kids felt the ripple, little Carter and Kelly asking mommy, why is daddy mad? Rasheeda had to sit them down, explain grown-up stuff without throwing Kirk under the bus too hard, but it hurt her seeing them confused. Meanwhile, Kirk retreated to a friend's house, venting all night, saying, I can't believe she did me like this after everything we've been through. He started plotting his comeback, talking about opening a new spot, maybe a sports bar, something to one-up her, but deep down friends say he was heartbroken because the bistro wasn't just business, it was their shared dream, the one thing that survived the scandals, the fights, the reality TV chaos. But Rasheeda wasn't backing down. She posted a subtle IG story, new era, loading with a photo of the bistro sign and her silhouette in front. Fans read between the lines and the hashtags started trending, Rasheeda too cover, selfish queen, justice for Kirk. The family was divided. Mama D called Rasheeda to check her baby, you sure about this? Kirk's pride is hurt. Rasheeda responded, mama, I love him, but I love me more, I can't keep pouring into someone who keeps leaking. That night arguments continued over text, Kirk sending long paragraphs begging for a meeting, Rasheeda responding short, keep it professional, we can talk lawyers. The next day things escalated when Kirk showed up with his boys trying to get back in, but security Rasheeda had already hired new team turned him away politely but firmly. He lost it again, yelling, this is trespassing on my property. No sir, the new manager said it's private event, sir, please leave. Kirk filmed it, posted it live, fans watching in real time going crazy, this is insane, Rasheeda really locked him out. Social media split right down the middle, some creating edit videos of Rasheeda as a boss babe slaying, others making memes of Kirk looking shocked outside his own spot. But the real twist was coming because Rasheeda wasn't just taking over, she had bigger plans, and what she did next would shock everyone even more. See, Kirk thought this was about revenge, but sources say Rasheeda had been planning this for over a year, quietly buying out small debts, restructuring paperwork, all while smiling on camera during filming like everything was fine. She told a confidant, I stayed silent for the kids, for the brand, but no more, I'm building my empire now with or without him. Kirk, feeling the pressure, started reaching out to old castmates, scrappy young jock, anybody who would listen to his side, but most stayed neutral, saying y'all need to talk this out, not drag it public. Yet here they were dragging it everywhere. The bistro reopened under new management that weekend and it was packed. Rasheeda hosted a soft launch, invite only, with influencers, fashion folks, hip-hop artists. The vibe was electric, new decor, her pressed boutique merch on display, signature cocktails named after her songs like Boss Chick Martini. Fans who got in posted stories raving about the changes, saying it's elevated now, more upscale, more her. Kirk saw the posts and it stung. He texted her, you really did this without even a conversation. Rasheeda replied, we had plenty conversations, you just never listened. The back and forth continued late into the night, emotions raw, accusations flying, betrayal, trust issues, money, power, all mixed up in this one spot. Friends tried mediating, but it was no use. The Frost marriage was cracking under the weight and the bistro became the battleground. But wait, because just when it seemed like Rasheeda had the upper hand, Kirk dropped a bombshell that nobody saw coming, and that's where this gets even messier. He didn't just accept defeat, he started digging into old contracts, old promises, and what he found could flip everything upside down again. Insiders whisper he claims there's proof she used funds from their joint accounts without permission to secure her takeover, shady moves on her part too. Whether it's true or not, the accusation alone reignited the fire, fans picking sides harder than ever. Rasheeda laughed it off in a private group chat. Let him talk, I got receipts too. The drama was far from over, and the family empire hung in the balance as arguments turned into legal threats and public shade. This wasn't just about a restaurant anymore, it was about who controlled the narrative, who held the power after years of ups and downs. Rasheeda stood firm, saying, I'm done being the ride or die while he rides with everybody else. Kirk countered, I built this from nothing and now you want to take it all. The tension boiled over into a heated phone call caught on a leaked audio clip where Rasheeda said, Kirk, you had your chances, now watch me thrive, and him yelling, you'll regret this. Fans dissected every word, some saying she's finally free, others saying she's destroying their legacy. The kids caught in the middle, Carter asking, why can't we all go to the bistro together, broke hearts everywhere. Yet Rasheeda pushed forward, announcing a grand relaunch event with performances, giveaways, celebrity guests, turning the spot into her kingdom. Kirk boycotted but sent flowers with a note, congrats Mrs. Boss, but this ain't the end. What he meant by that nobody knew, but the suspense was killing everyone. Little did they know the next twist would involve a surprise investor, someone from their past stepping in to complicate things even further, shaking the foundation of this already chaotic saga. The Frost Bistro wasn't just a business, it was now the symbol of their fractured love story, and the battle lines were drawn deep. Fans waited breathlessly for the next move, because whatever came next was bound to be explosive. But wait, viewers, because just as Rasheeda was basking in her victory, hosting that packed relaunch night with flashing lights, booming bass, and influencers snapping pics everywhere, Kirk wasn't sitting idle. He was in full revenge mode, digging through old emails, contracts, bank statements, anything he could get his hands on, and what he uncovered hit like a freight train. Turns out back in 2020, when the bistro was struggling during the lockdowns, Kirk had quietly taken out a personal loan to keep the doors open, a loan in his name, only using his credit, but the collateral included some joint assets, including pieces of Rasheeda's pressed boutique inventory value. He never told her the full details because he didn't want her stressing, but now he was pulling receipts showing proof that without that loan the place would have folded years ago. He leaked snippets to a gossip blog with captions like, she forgets who saved our dream when she was too busy touring. The post went viral overnight, and suddenly the narrative shifted. Fans who were riding for Rasheeda started questioning, wait, did she really just take credit for his sacrifice? Team Kirk rallied hard, posting side-by-side comparisons of old photos, Kirk renovating the space at 3am versus Rasheeda posing in designer fits, saying, look who really put in the work. Rasheeda felt the heat. She went live on IG the next evening looking flawless, but her voice cracking just a little. Y'all know I don't play about my business. This man is trying to rewrite history, like I wasn't right there grinding with him every step. But the comments were brutal, some saying, girl, you knew about that loan, others calling her ungrateful after he bailed y'all out. Emotions ran high in the Frost household that night. Rasheeda confronted Kirk over FaceTime because he refused to come home, kids asleep in the next room. She whispered fiercely, you really out here leaking our business to blogs now, Kirk, you stooping that low? He shot back, you changed locks on me without a word, what did you expect me to do, beg on my knees? She fired back, I expected you to act like a partner, not a child throwing tantrums. He laughed bitterly, partners, huh, funny how you only want partnership when it's convenient. Now that you're winning, you're rewriting the story too. The call ended with both hanging up, tears in their eyes, but pride keeping them silent. The next morning, Kirk showed up at the bistro again, this time with his lawyer in tow, demanding access to the books, claiming he still had legal rights as co-owner. The new manager nervously called Rasheeda, who arrived minutes later, heels clicking like thunder. She pulled Kirk aside into the office, eyes blazing, what part of we're handling this through lawyers, don't you understand? Kirk slid the loan documents across the table, read this baby, this loan saved your precious bistro when your boutique was bleeding cash during COVID, you owe me. Rasheeda scanned the papers, her face paling for a split second before she recovered, you never told me the full story, you just said you handled it like always, keeping secrets. Kirk leaned in, that's because you were always too busy judging me to listen, now look at us. The argument escalated, voices rising, staff pretending not to hear outside the door. One server texted a friend, OMG, they fighting again, it's intense. Rasheeda finally snapped, fine, you want credit, then let's go public with everything, every loan, every fight, every time you stepped out, every time I held us down, see who the fans really ride for. Kirk paused because he knew that road led to destruction. Their kids, the brand, everything. He softened. Rasheeda, I don't want to destroy us, I just want my seat at the table again. She looked at him long and hard for the first time in weeks, seeing the hurt behind the anger. Maybe we can talk, but not like this, not with cameras and blogs in between. They agreed to a truce of sorts, no more public leaks, meet with a mediator, but the damage was done. Fans were now more divided than ever. Hashtags like Rasheeda Lear and Kirk the Backbone trending alongside Boss Babe and Selfish No More. Family got involved. Mama D pulled up to the house with homemade peach cobbler, trying to play peacemaker. Y'all been through worse than this, don't let money tear y'all apart. She sat them both down. Kirk looking tired. Rasheeda guarded. Mama D said, God put y'all together for a reason, now y'all acting like strangers over a restaurant. Fix it before the babies feel it more than they already do. Carter overheard, peeked and asking, Daddy, are you and Mommy breaking up? Kirk scooped him up. Nobody, we're just figuring some grown stuff out, we love each other. But Rasheeda's eyes said different. She was tired of the cycle. The mediator meeting happened days later. Neutral spot downtown, lawyer present, both sides airing grievances. Rasheeda laid out years of feeling sidelined, Kirk's side hustles, the public humiliation on TV. Kirk countered with feeling emasculated, always in her shadow, her success, while he struggled to keep up. Tears flowed, real ones, not the produced kind from the show. The mediator suggested co-ownership agreement, clear boundaries, profit splits, but Rasheeda hesitated. I want majority control if I'm running day to day. Kirk bristled, that's not fair. Back and forth for hours, no resolution but a small breakthrough. They agreed to joint counseling, not just business but marriage too, something they hadn't done since early seasons. Fans caught wind because someone leaked the mediator pics paparazzi style and social media erupted again. Are they reconciling or just dragging it out for another season? Rasheeda posted a cryptic quote, the strongest storms make the best rainbows, with a heart emoji. Fans reading hope into it. Kirk stayed quiet, posting throwback pics of them laughing together, caption family over everything. But the twists kept coming because while they were trying to mend, the Bistro got hit with bad press. A food blogger posted a scathing review saying the new menu felt forced, too commercial, not the authentic soul it used to have, hinting Rasheeda's changes were killing the vibe. Comments flooded agreeing Kirk's recipes were better, the old crowd missing the gritty charm. Rasheeda was livid. She went on the offensive, hosting a tasting event, inviting critics, influencers, promising improvements, but deep down it stung because she knew some truth was in there. She pushed too hard, too fast to erase him. Kirk saw the reviews and texted her, first time in days, you good over there? She replied,